to be an activist more than an educator. And so, Haki, let me see if we can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, now. Okay. Go ahead,
Okay.
brother.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that, everything that Dr. Bowie was speaking on is some deep history that's now really being put out there because, like I said, not too long ago, we got to understand, especially for us Africans and African diaspora, is that we've been taught a colonized education, a patriarchal education. So we don't know too much about African women freedom fighters or any women of color freedom fighting or women period freedom fighters or that women had a major role in our struggles. So everything that he's saying is like we definitely need that information out here, and we definitely need to get that book here in the North America, United States, and things of that nature, so we can start to use it to put this information out there that's been suppressed for so long and repressed for so long. And to piggyback off of what he was saying, um, I'm gonna just go ahead and use a quote from like one of our elders, like she's his elder too, sister, Amanada Umoja.
Yes.
It's a political pamphlet that she put out back in like the 1990s that was called
Yes.
"Revolution Without Women Ain't Happening."
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's like one of the most powerfulest like quotes that can empower any woman today, because it makes a strong statement that revolution without women won't happen, which is facts. Because throughout history, women has always been in the forefront of the struggle. We can't do nothing without our women. The woman is the backbone of the struggle. She's the first teacher of a nation. You feel me? So of nations of people. So we can't do nothing without a woman. But to answer your question on where we can find these women at today in English, um, I'm gonna give you one reference, one source that people can go get right now. It's a book by a sister by the name of Keisha M. Blaine that came out a few years ago called "Set the World on Fire." Black nationalist women, the global struggle for freedom. And in that book by Sister Keisha M. Blaine, she's speaking on Pan-African women, revolutionary nationalist women, the women freedom fighters that's not talked about. And a few of those individuals that she have in that book is something that is a person that every woman should know about is Queen Mother Moore, Queen Ali Moore, who was a Garveyite. She was one of the founders of the New African Independence Movement, the Republic of New Africa. Her and a sister by the name of Dara Bakari, who was actually a president of the Republic of New Africa. And these two sisters are two sisters that you can, start with. You can start with Queen Mother Moore and Sister Dara Bakari, because these sisters were from the beginning of the Pan-African struggle, because these sisters were Garveyites. And these sisters were also mentors of Malcolm X. See, a lot of people don't even realize that Malcolm X was mentored by Queen Mother Moore and Elijah Muhammad of the Nation of Islam. These great brothers and these great leaders, they got their tutelage from Queen Mother Moore. This is a great woman that everybody should know about, especially our sisters, our daughters, and things of that nature. Like Queen Mother Moore is the catalyst of a Pan-African revolutionary nationalist woman that every sister, especially in the United States of America, should learn about. These great sisters are the, they are the mothers of the modern day reparations movement that was sparked off by this sister back in slavery by the name of Callie House, who was, and many people don't know that this sister, Callie House, was one of the first women to advocate for reparations. Queen Mother Moore comes off that tree of a sister by the name of Callie House. You can go get her book. Callie House has a autobiography out right now that you can learn about how sisters were at the spearhead of the reparations movement at the end of slavery. Um, Another few sisters that I could toss in there that you can go look up that Dr. William mentioned earlier was Asada Shakur. Asada Shakur is somebody book that you can go get and learn about the Pan African sisters struggle. Another sister by the name of Nahanda Abil Doon, who was the mother of hip hop in Cuba. because I heard Dr. Bowie bring up the hip hop a lot. You have a sister by the name of Nahanda who passed away a few years ago, who was a part of the New African People's Organization, who also was a great close comrade of Assata Shakur, who also had to flee to Cuba from persecution here in North America. A great sister who brought hip hop to Cuba, and she brought revolutionary nationalist politics to Cuba along with Assata. Nahanda Abiodun is somebody that was a sister of Dr. Matulu Shakur. She's somebody that our people really don't know of. A lot of people started to learn about her a few years ago after her death. She got ill and she passed away a couple of years ago. She finally got mentioned in the Source magazine, a hip hop magazine. Wrote a story about Nahanda, who's actually named after a great freedom fighter in Africa from the colonialist periods of time. So there's a lot of sisters out there that Dr. Bowie mentioned, like Kathleen Cleaver, Elaine Brown, of the Black Panther Party. We got great sisters inside the Black Panther Party who also are actually Pan-African sisters as well, who are in the Pan-African struggle. So yes, everything that he stated, I definitely co-sign. I would definitely like to learn more. Like you said, I want to read his book also. So I hope we can get his book here in America in English, because that's over 600 pages of suppressed history of that's a library that we could teach about our sisters who were matriarchal queens, who are Pan-Africanist queens. Also, one last thing that I will piggyback off of what he said, especially in the Americas, in the slavery periods of time, we had great Pan-African sisters, like he said, of the Colombo struggle in Brazil. Some of our greatest Pan-African freedom fighting women came out of Brazil. And Brazil has ties to, like the Pan-African struggle of Spain, because all these people speak Spanish or they speak Portuguese, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. And there's a great Pan-African revolutionary struggle of women in Brazil who has taken up the struggle of Assata Shakur, Nahanda Abiodun, Nanny of the Maroons. There were great Maroon sisters, freedom fighters here in North America in the slavery periods of time that a lot of people still don't know about, that's learning about now. You had sisters fighting amongst the great Dismal Swamp Maroons of Virginia, North Carolina. There's so many sisters. You had a great sister who stood on the side of the great freedom fighter Gabriel Prosser right here in Richmond, Virginia. Another sister by the name of Nanny that a lot of people don't know about. The sisters have led this black struggle. Don't get it twisted. Like, a lot of males get credit. A lot of males get thrust in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? But you got to always understand, if there were great African men that were fighting for us, it was great African women who went just as harder than they did.